Okay guys, now on step 2, the serum mist. Guys, I literally take this with me everywhere. I have one in my school bag, one in my purse. It's so refreshing.
Most teens are still figuring out skincare. Salish Matter, on the other hand, decided to create her own. At just 15, the YouTuber teamed up with her dad, Jordan Matter, to launch Sincerely Yours, a dermatologist-developed skincare line made specifically for tweens and teens. When it launched at Sephora, the debut collection sold out within days, a clear sign that young shoppers were ready for skincare made just for them. So in this video, we're diving into how an ordinary 15-year-old built a Gen Alpha beauty powerhouse. To get the full story, I sat down with Dr. Weinstein, one of the board-certified dermatologists behind Sincerely Yours. But to understand how we got here, we have to go back to the photographer who unknowingly started it all, Salish's dad. Chapter 1, from behind the camera to center stage. Long before YouTube or Sephora launches, there was Jordan Matter, a professional photographer known for dramatic dance photography. In the 2010s, Jordan made a name for himself with a series of photography books featuring dancers leaping through New York City subways and suspended midair in parks, essentially transforming everyday places into a stage. That creative eye for storytelling not only earned him a spot on the New York Times bestseller list, but also set the stage for his next chapter, YouTube. Around 2017, building on his photography success, Jordan brought his creativity online. At first, his videos stayed true to his roots, visually striking, high energy, and all about capturing the perfect shot. He then introduced an ingenious format called the 10-minute photo challenge, where he raced against the clock to photograph dancers, athletes, and influencers all in just 10 minutes. This format caught on in a big way. What started as a niche dance photography vlog transformed into a viral YouTube phenomenon, drawing in a huge audience beyond just photography enthusiasts. By late 2018, Jordan had amassed over 1 million subscribers, and his channel was becoming one of YouTube's most popular hubs for creative photography content and collaborations with young stars like Maddie Ziegler and JoJo Siwa. But around 2019 to 2020, things began to shift, thanks to someone very close to home, Jordan's daughter, Salish Matter. Now, if you're familiar with Jordan's early work, you've probably seen Salish before. She was on the cover of his 2018 book, Born to Dance, posing as a flying gymnast. But Salish's on-camera journey didn't begin until about a year later, as a 10-year-old gymnast showcasing her behind-the-scenes life with her dad. Which leads us to Chapter 2, Behind the Lens with Salish. Salish's presence added a relatable family element to Jordan's channel. Audience loved seeing him not just as a photographer, but as a funny, supportive dad interacting with his kids. The more Salish appeared, the more viewers connected with her, and that connection reached a turning point with one pivotal video, my daughter's emotional goodbye to gymnastics. In it, a 10-year-old Salish tearfully says goodbye to her gymnastics team as the Matter family prepares to move 3,000 miles from New York to Los Angeles. The video captured something rare for YouTube, real emotion. Salish hugging her teammates, fighting back tears, and Jordan trying to be that reassuring dad through it all. It wasn't a flashy challenge or a celebrity collab, just the family sharing a raw moment that felt heartbreakingly real. The vlog resonated deeply, drawing in millions of views within days, with thousands of comments pouring in. People said they cried watching it, thanked Jordan for sharing such a vulnerable moment, and asked for updates on how Salish was doing. The audience wasn't just watching anymore, they were deeply invested, so Jordan responded. After the Goodbye Gymnastics video, Jordan gradually began shifting the channel's focus towards Salish and family-centered content. Over the next 2 years, the balance of videos changed, moving away from his original photography roots and toward moments from his daughter's everyday life. And by 2022, as Jordan himself once noted in his bio, Salish had officially taken over the channel. The focus wasn't on cameras or creative techniques anymore, it was on the cast of characters in Salish's world, her friends, her challenges, and her growing up moments that millions of viewers could relate to. That shift proved to be transformative. Jordan's audience grew from roughly 1.4 million subscribers in 2018 to more than 13 million by 2022, and the number continues to climb today. In 2024, the duo's bond earned them the Nickelodeon's Kid Choice Award for Favorite Creator Family, officially cementing their place as one of the internet's most beloved father-daughter teams. On top of that, Salish and her older brother Hudson, who also appears in videos, launched their own YouTube channels, each amassing millions of subscribers on their own. Chapter 3, the next generation of skincare. By 2023, as Salish entered her mid-teens, the family began quietly developing what would become their biggest project yet, a skincare line made specifically for tweens and teens. Like many her age, Salish was starting to experience the usual skin changes that come with growing up. But instead of just testing products on the market, she wanted to help create create them. Gentle, dermatologist-developed solutions that prioritize Gen Alpha skin. So in September 2025, Jordan and Salish officially launched Sincerely Yours. They partnered with a team of experts to bring the line to life, including Dr. Mara Weinstein, a board-certified dermatologist who played a key role in co-formulating products that are both effective and age-appropriate. For context, Dr. Mara isn't just any dermatologist. She's an educator, researcher, and one of the few fellowship-trained cosmetic and laser surgeons in Western New York. She currently serves in the dermatology department at the University of Rochester Medical Center, where she's also an associate professor and has led more than 15 clinical research trials on cutting-edge treatments. But beyond her accolades, what drew me in was her story. Growing up in Guam, Dr. Mara struggled with acne as a young girl and saw firsthand how limited access to dermatologic care could affect confidence. That early experience sparked her mission to help others feel good in their own skin, a mission that clearly shines through in her work today, including her role in co-developing Sincerely Yours, one of the first skincare lines designed specifically for Gen Alpha's tween and teen skin. I had the chance to sit down with Dr. Mara to talk about that journey and how it all came together. Here's what she had to say.
It's been such an amazing experience, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of it. Jordan and Salish Matter were really at the forefront of this idea. Salish being a teen and having issues with her skin and realizing that there really wasn't anything out there that was fun and safe and targeted toward teens and tweens and young people in general that she could turn to. I myself am a mom. I have an 11-year-old daughter. And similarly, I was seeing her become more involved and more interested in skincare, not only because her mom's a dermatologist, but just because of friends and social media and what they're talking about. And so it's really wonderful how our two worlds collided.
What I love about this is that it's not just another influencer brand picking ingredients that sound good. Dermatologist-developed means the formulas are tested to make sure they actually work. Safe, balanced, and effective for real skin, especially younger skin that's still changing. So when you see clinically tested, it's not just a buzzword, it's proof. Here's Dr. Mara to explain what that really means.
Clinically tested is a tricky term because it can mean a wide range of things. So I'll just give you some examples of clinically tested, what that means to me as a dermatologist, as a researcher, as a mom. So clinically tested could mean that products went through clinical trials. That means that there was a study question: does this product hydrate? There was a hypothesis. We predict that with 2 pumps of this product that it will show hydration on the skin. And these are the methods of how we're going to prove that. Now that's called a protocol, right? So the protocol has to get submitted to something called the IRB, which is a review board, which could look different in any environment. So we have our own hospital IRB here at the university. And the product then goes through clinical testing. So you test your hypothesis. Think way back to science class, right? You test your hypothesis and then you use tools to measure whether or not it's hydrating. So you always have a control, somebody who's untreated, and the treatment group should receive the product, and we should show that product actually hydrated their skin compared to the control. And then you report your findings and you show that this product was clinically tested to be hydrating, which was our number one hypothesis. And then in terms of side effects, it didn't irritate the skin. It was safe on all skin types because we tested all skin types, and it's safe for sensitive skin. So that's really, when you think about clinical testing, that's really the nitty-gritty of what it can entail.
Now, what caught my attention the most was how personal this mission was to everyone involved.
This just held a really close place in my heart because as a mom of an 11-year-old, I see her and her friends struggling with skincare and routines and just getting really kind of sloppy, if you will, with the whole fad. And as a dermatologist in the clinic, I'm seeing patients come in who are using products and developing allergies and contact dermatitis. And then we have to backtrack to say, okay, what did you use? When did you use it? What are the ingredients? And a lot of these products were coming from our beauty brand stores like Sephora and Ulta because of some fad or some video they saw. We worked with a large teen advisory board, and these board members were picked by Jordan and Salish, and they were inclusive and thoughtful about the members of the board. And it was just such a wonderful experience to work with these teens and tweens. Now, I was so surprised at their enthusiasm and honesty about their skin concerns. You typically hear parents speaking for their kids, and and telling you what their concerns are and the kids sort of quietly sitting by. But in this setting, these young women were able to speak out about their concerns and what they're struggling with.
Hearing all of this, it becomes even clearer why Sincerely Yours struck such a chord. This wasn't just another influencer-backed beauty brand. It was thoughtfully crafted by people who genuinely understood the skin concerns of the audience they were creating it for. When I spoke with Dr. Weinstein, she explained that the goal was never to adultify beauty for tweens, but to teach them the foundations of good skincare early on: gentle cleansing, proper hydration, and consistent habits.
So it's never too early to start a skincare regimen. And let me tell you why. Kids as young as age, 5, 6 now are going out, playing sports, getting dirt, grime, sweat on their skin, and then coming home and going to bed. So that might be okay, and their skin might not show any changes for many, many years. If you could get them into a simple routine of just like, hey, bud, like, why don't you just wash your face off, after soccer today with water, then that just at least puts into their heads that there's something that you should do to take care of yourself after you get dirty and sweaty and gross and have potentially bacteria on your skin. So it's really just setting up good habits early on. And that's what I try to stress with my younger patient population. And then when we get into the nitty-gritty of, what they should be using, at first just splashing the face with water, washcloth, whatever it is fine. But there are so many great brands out there, drugstore brands that are safe for sensitive skin and young skin. While there are brands that exist that these young kids can use, Sincerely Yours was developed because of the demographic, of the wants and needs of these teens and tweens and young adults.
That philosophy alone is what sets Sincerely Yours apart. Instead of chasing fleeting trends like anti-aging or glass skin, the brand positioned itself as the safe, smart, and parent-approved introduction to skincare. And the proof is in the response. When the brand hit the shelves, and even before that during mall pop-ups, crowds of teens and parents showed up, eager to get their hands on the products. Within days of launching at Sephora, several items completely sold out. Now with momentum building and a community that keeps growing, it'll definitely be exciting to see what Sincerely Yours does next. But in the meantime, Dr. Mara has a quick message to aspiring dermatologists, especially those of color.
Don't be afraid to pursue medicine. And, the advice that I got recently, looking back on our journey, was be kind to everybody you encounter. You never know which one of those people will come back at you, years from now, or connect with you online, or be able to open a door for you that you never knew existed. So just as you go through your day-to-day, be kind to everyone, and that kindness will come back and help you later on in life.
So what do you guys think? Is Sincerely Yours here to last? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for my next beauty business breakdown.